Nuclear Strike 64, released in 1999 for the Nintendo 64, was part of the long-running Strike series of tactical action games by EA. Over 2 decades later, revisiting this title in 2024 provides an intriguing look at the evolution of gaming and how far the industry has come. By 1999 standards, Nuclear Strike 64 was a decent technical achievement for the N64, squeezing a surprising amount of detail into its environments. However, from the vantage point of 2024, the graphics feel rudimentary and dated. The polygonal environments are blocky, textures are blurry, and the frame rate struggles in more chaotic scenarios. Modern gamers accustomed to photorealistic visuals and fluid frame rates may find the graphical limitations jarring. Yet, there's a nostalgic charm in its gritty, low-res aesthetic, reminiscent of the era's experimentation with 3D worlds. The core gameplay of Nuclear Strike 64 still holds up remarkably well in certain areas. Its mix of helicopter combat, strategy, and mission-based objectives sets it apart from many action games of its time. The freedom to approach objectives in different orders, and the tactical layer of managing resources like ammo and fuel add depth to the experience. That said, the controls, optimized for the N64's unique 3-pronged controller, feel clunky by modern standards. Without the fluid precision offered by today's controllers or mouse and keyboard setups, maneuvering your helicopter can be frustrating. Players revisiting the game might struggle to adapt to the dated mechanics, though this could be mitigated with modern emulation tools that allow for customizable control schemes. The narrative, centering on geopolitical conflict and rogue nuclear threats, captures the late 90s fascination with military techno-thrillers. The tone is unapologetically serious, reflecting the grim anxieties of the post-Cold War era. While the story isn't as nuanced as what we expect from modern titles, it serves as a time capsule of the anxieties and cultural milieu of its time. The voice acting and sound design, while a bit rough, contribute to the atmosphere. The radio chatter and mission updates are immersive, even if the audio fidelity feels constrained by the hardware of the era. Looking at Nuclear Strike 64 from 2024, it's clear the game is a product of its time. It represents a transitional period in gaming where developers were learning to balance 3D environments, ambitious storytelling, and strategic gameplay. While it may not hold the same allure as other N64 classics, it remains an interesting piece of gaming history. For retro enthusiasts and fans of the Strike series, Nuclear Strike 64 is a fascinating artifact. It's worth experiencing as a study in game design evolution, though its appeal for a broader audience may be limited by its age and the steep learning curve of its controls. For those seeking to revisit or discover the game today, using an emulator with enhanced visuals and remapped controls might be the best way to appreciate this N64 classic.
Great job, Commander.